Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Coffee Shop's Soundstage, sponsored by SRS Distribution. My name's Karen Edwards, and we are live at the International Roofing Expo in Las Vegas. And I am sitting here with Kevin from DCX. Welcome.
Thanks, Karen.
Yeah, so for those who don't know you, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what DCX is.
Yeah, my name's Kevin Wall. I'm the VP of Roofing at DCX, Delegate CX. We hire and train remote workers out of the Philippines and place them with roofing companies here in the United States. We are the employer of record. We manage all the liability, all of that, and the roofers just get somebody working for them 40 hours a week on their clock, whatever time zone they're in. They work those same hours. And that's that we can fill any type of entry level role all the way up through to controllers, accountants. I mean, like more senior level roles. We just can't put somebody on the roof for them.
Yeah, okay, wow. Um, I was gonna say what kind of roles. Do you have tend to go one way more than the other? More office support
Yeah.
type?
Yeah, we see a lot of like accounting assistant roles. We're hiring now a lot of like insurance exactimate specialists,
Oh, yeah.
supplementing. Yeah, so a lot of roofers would farm that out to third party supplementing companies, but we've developed an academy where we train. We partnered with Alina Wilson at Estimate Mastery, and so we train and get college graduate and engineering like type roles, and we get them trained and certified in exactimate so that they can work and get work with the insurance claims adjusters, work with insurance companies, and get those estimates and invoices paid quickly.
Wow, yeah, there's such a need for that because it can be complicated
Yeah,
working in Xactimate.
yeah.
Now, you guys have done this in other industries, and you've had such success that you've now brought it to roofing. Can you kind of share what?
Yeah, the company's been around for a little over 5 years, and they are really the go-to name in promotional products and e-commerce. And about a year and a half ago, started seeing some interest from some roofing companies, and so they did some research and thought, yeah, we can do the same thing. And one of the things that sets DCX apart is these academies that they build so that on day one, these employees can start, ready to go. And so they built some roofing academies to teach on CRM, to teach on the technologies and software. They teach them the vocabulary of roofing, and then they built up a bit of a bullpen. And for a year and a half, we're seeing a lot of success in the
Wow.
roofing space.
How long does it take for you to train somebody?
Our one roofing academy is 4 weeks, hands on. It's not self paced. They're in classrooms. It's pretty intense,
Yeah.
pretty deep. And yeah, they exit those academies after about 4 weeks. And it usually does not take too long for us to get them placed with roofing companies who are looking for that kind of talent.
It's such an interesting model because we always talk about the labor shortage, but well, it's not just in the field, right? It's in the office, it's in the shop. You need people to be able to support that. I am curious, what what's the reception been like from contractors that you're working with now? Are they just loving it? Are they thrilled? Are they, what's the feedback?
Yeah, they do, and it's interesting. We typically get feedback. So we'll sign with a roofing company. We get the job description. We figure out who it is that they're wanting to bring on. We go. We have a talent acquisition team. They're based in the Philippines. They'll go and they'll find 3 people that could fill that role, and the roofing company, the hiring manager, whatever, will interview those 3 people. And you asked about feedback. The first bit of feedback we typically get is right after the interview, and they say we have not ever had candidates like that before. I mean, they're just shocked at the quality of the candidate,
Yeah.
the professionalism, their language. I mean, people expect really thick accents, like those kind of things. Like they're just shocked, and so the feedback starts even before they've even pulled the trigger and hired somebody. But otherwise, it's the feedback is we expected it not to feel. We expected these people not to feel like team members. And they're really surprised how integrated and engaged and included we make these team members feel and become part of the team that they're working with. But generally, the feedback is just you know, and the feedback comes when they ask for their second or their third or their fourth hire, right? They just love working with them.
Yeah, I can understand there being some concern. 'Cause a lot of roofing companies are smaller businesses, right? A lot of them are family
Yeah,
businesses, and the people on their team become like family if
right.
they're not. So they're is still experiencing that, even though this person is remote.
Yeah. Yeah, and to that same point, a lot of times, you know, roofers are great people, and they'll hire somebody to answer phones, and if they're great, oftentimes those people leave because they find somebody else to work for. If they're not great, you know, well, now you've got somebody in your office who you'd
Right,
wanna make a change with, you know, but they're not great, you know, and I'm often calling roofers and I'm getting their voicemail, and
right.
it's like, you know, if this is a lead, who's answering your phone? So, yeah, roofers are, I mean, small to big, but a lot of times, yes, there's a family feel to
Yeah.
those companies.
Yeah, and what's kind of nice, I guess, for the contractor is it's much more affordable because they don't have to handle benefits, all those kind of extras because you provide that, right?
Yeah, yeah, and you know, just salary aside, just the cost of the employee, we're about 50 to 60% less expensive than what you get with the US base, but for that same price, we are covering all of their benefits. We're covering, you know, we incentivize, we give quarterly bonuses if they hit metrics that are decided between us and the roofer.
Yeah.
So, you know, we give them bonuses, we give them their benefits, all of the insurance. And then there are some other weird Filipino laws about like a required 2 months pay in December. You know, like all of that is
Oh,
just built into what we charge monthly to the roofer.
yeah, yeah. Wow. It's you handle all the little details that can
Yeah.
be a pain in the butt.
Well, that's what, yeah, you know, that's what we specialize in, right?
Yeah,
And so, you know, we manage that so that they don't have to. We manage even the, you know, the HR, and you know, and if by chance a person doesn't work out and we need to replace them, even the unemployment liability stuff, you know, we can
it's
help
all on
replace somebody
you.
without you
Yeah,
guys having to
okay.
roofer having to
So
manage that.
you guys have a booth here.
We do.
It's been a busy first day. What kind of conversations are you having with people? Are they curious? Are they, you know, in disbelief maybe?
Yeah, we've had a lot of really great conversations this first day, and a lot of follow. Of course, the first day people are you know, head down and trying to just get a lay of the land. But people that we've been able to engage with in conversations, by the time they leave, yeah, there's a lot of excitement and interest, and some people don't totally understand what it is that we do, but we're in education mode and we let people
Right,
know, and I expect that tomorrow and Thursday will be even better as they start to whittle down who do I need to have deeper conversations with,
right.
and sign deals with.
Yeah, day one is a little overwhelming, you
Right.
know, you kinda do that quick scan and then you
Such a
really
big haul.
narrow down,
Yeah.
yeah. So what's your booth number?
We are 2022,
Okay.
surrounded by a lot of the commercial metal frameworks, but we're close by Owens Corning, we're close by Hill Trace, we're close to those guys.
Okay, yeah, so if you're coming out to IRE, you wanna be sure to stop by and talk to DCX because who knows, it could be the solution you didn't know you needed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not coming to IRE, that's okay too, because DCX is on the coffee shops. They have a full directory. We've done some podcasts together, all kinds of information. And, you know, that's why you're here is because we're educating the industry that this exists.
And we appreciate the partnership.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you, everybody out there, for watching. We are wrapping things up here. We got one or two more videos coming your way. So don't go anywhere. We want to see you on the next one. Bye.